Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Monday, and yes, yet another trading day is over. I didn't know today that the US went on summertime. So basically, the market has already been closed for over an hour. We will first be doing the summertime in Denmark in roughly 3 weeks. So that's something to get used to. Yeah, the daily scoreboard. What happened today? Very quickly here, the charting. At least not more as much the charting, but more the numbers. What data are we looking at tomorrow that could potentially have some movements in the markets, and then obviously the Twitter stuff, the Twitter recap where we look at different charts and from different people that I found interesting during the day or the weekend in this case. First, tomorrow. Let's see potentially what can have some swings tomorrow. We have, again, these are minor ones. The Britain unemployment rate, yeah, maybe not so much. German CPI is kind of a big one-ish because Germany is still the absolute biggest um, the biggest country in Europe with regarding to GDP. So that's also definitely one to look at there. We have some OPEC reports. Again, oil. I don't know exactly what these contain, but definitely there's something from oil there. Brazil, some CPI, and then the big ones. US CPI, core CPI, CPI coming out, and then nothing more really. Maybe some crude oil stock down here, but the big ones tomorrow will be, as always, 1 hour before we open the US markets there, the CPI. Let's see where it takes us. With that said, we do the charting silver. Again, since the day has been closed, these are not the absolute correct numbers. So we will do more of a view here. We have a green candle, I think 0.5%, but we are basically very, very close to some big breakouts. When we get into the 25s and 26, that's when the big battle is going to be. But we are definitely breaking a long-term golden trend line right now here. We have pierced it many times, so that's why I want to wait and get back above, 26, which is the big number for me. Gold, basically flat today. I think nothing much happened, but the rally here is just massive. Again, we are heavily overbought here on the RSI. Again, you know my take on the RSI, but that's a different scenario. But again, pullbacks are definitely in the making here on the daily. The weekly, we only have two green candles, so we are still early. Monthly, even earlier. So long term, the monthly and the weekly timeframes are in control when it comes to gold. Here we have the gold to silver ratio still. I mean, we are not in a precious metals bull market now, even though gold is doing fine, because we need this ratio to start to correct big time below that apex right there. Until then, gold is still in the lead, and silver is not outperforming, and we need silver to outperform. Dixie up basically flat today, 0.1%. But basically what's happening now is breaking down, retesting very quickly that long-term golden. Let's see. Again, I think the CPI tomorrow, if it comes in, very, very hot, the Dixie could spike because, then rate cuts and all that good stuff here. Bitcoin again, up 5.3%. The best performing today was Bitcoin. We are above all-time highs. I just did a video with Andy where I discussed, the fractal that I've been showing a few times from Amazon and to Bitcoin, what happened to Amazon up to the dot-com bubble. And I think personally that the same thing is happening here now. And again, I could be wrong, but that is my take. We are very, very, very overbought here on the weekly, and we've come a pretty damn long way. So let's wait and see what happens here. Minor rising wedge here that could be the ones that lead us to the correction. Again, maybe I'm too biased, I don't know. But with that fractal, check it out with Andy when it comes out on finding value finance. I think it is. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. Let's see if it actually plays out or not. Oil. Bulls and the bears are just fighting it here on that neckline, just grinding back and forth, back and forth. But we did break that lower trend line there, so a bit more bearish than bullish right now, short term at least. The GDX, beautiful, 1.6%, just killing it here again with the gold. Weekly, you have the overall structure. We are just squeezing up here. And this looks like could be, that big move that we're going to see here. Especially when we get above that $32 for the GDX. SIL, 2%, lovely stuff. Long-term golden rail here. Again, we haven't broken out yet, but definitely the momentum right now is very strong. We shall see. Uranium spot price at roughly $90 now, coming down from 106, and we are now at 90. We are getting very oversold here. Not very, but we're getting oversold on the daily. Again, the correction here is definitely on the way here, but I do think that we are close to a bounce here. Let's see how high it goes. Hopefully, it will be some sort of bullish consolidation, and then we can grind it higher. Let's see. Do we have any support right now? No, not yet. I mean, the big support down here at 93. But again, I would be surprised if that happens. Just a straight line down. That is not going to happen. That doesn't make any sense. But again, the markets can be, difficult to time. URNM down 1% today. Actually, URA is basically flat. So we didn't collapse here in the bear flag. Basically, we did actually come a bit down, testing from below. So big moment in time tomorrow for this 1 hourly bull flag here. Hopefully we can pierce back up again. Otherwise, we have lower prices to come. The 10-year rates basically flat for today. Is still hoovering. It's actually above now that 4.1. So yeah, let's see if what happens here. The bulls and the bears are fighting for that level now. Bearish below, bullish, at least short term above. Palladium, not much here. I think palladium was up basically flat, if I remember correctly. But again, last week was just massive here. What happened there? I think platinum today is up 2%, 2.5 maybe even 3. So again, we are charging here. I think platinum is setting up for something truly amazing, over the next month or two. Let's see. Copper, very close to a breakout above $4. Is up. I think how much is it up today? Let's do the quick measure here. It's up roughly 1% today. And my take, getting above 4, very bullish for copper. Very bullish. So yeah, again, big day tomorrow, CPI. I think the markets will move more than what we have seen here today. If you want to have any tickets on, usually commodities or big ETFs from whatever, let me know in the comments below. We can add it in if it makes sense, if I feel it makes sense. So bookmarks, retweets for YouTube. Good. Again, I don't know exactly what happened today for Apple. I haven't checked the charts yet, but Apple here, you can see this is trend spider. Apple sitting on the edge of a cliff, broken trend line there to the downside, and we are in a vacuum here of that volume node. Usually, if it starts to correct here below, you are getting down to that next, spike up there, and usually you can actually go to the biggest one there. So Apple, very iffy right now. I don't know what it did today. Apple versus gold, JC here. Here's Apple's relative to gold since the COVID lows, downward towards the new 1-year weekly lows, and gold breaks out to new all-time highs, and money flows out of tech funds and at the fastest pace ever, which he's pointing to. So again here, clear low break there in favor of gold, meaning Apple is breaking down against gold really. So that's kind of big, even though it's only like a 4-year chart. This is very big. CCJ, John Hinster here. Do you really think uranium has topped? Chart again doesn't agree, long way to go. Pointing to that we're actually right here. And if that is the case, we have 2 years in front of us with absolutely life-changing gains. Maybe not, but hopefully, again, this bit of, pullback here, drawdown, whatever you want to call it, stalling, is very close to a bottom. Hopefully. I've also seen some fractals here that I will show you at the end of the video. Very compelling stuff. Stefano here. Gold GDX is the 4th time that the ratio is so extreme. The 3 previous times, the rise of GDX was violent and fast in a few months, basically. The downward break of the evolving line will be a very important signal. Stay linked if you like these analyses. So you can see the GDX at very low levels Also in the ratio, you can see that actually the moves that we see in the GDX is just, it doesn't, just go 2 step up and 1 step backwards. It's basically four leaps ahead and then one back and then four again. It's just a one-way trip, really. You can see the ratios here, very extreme, and that's usually a bottom. And also the gold miners, together with the gold, is doing fantastic. Edward here, gold, excuse me, gold weekly chart, unless something dramatically happens, changes. We have a weekly breakout for gold. A 50% rally succeeded a similar breakout in 2019. As you can see, that's also what I've been pointing to. Massive breakout here. The setup is very similar. And we move 50%. So 50% from 2000, that is 3K. I agree. Hedgehog here, this is AGMR. Probably a very, very low cap market cap miner. But again, a lot of these small silver miners, gold miners are just looking very, very good with a lot of momentum. So you can see here they are just definitely getting ready to rip these ones here. Borak, platinum will not revisit 900 for a very long time. Maybe not in our lifetime, I think. Again, right or wrong, I don't know. But again, Borak is one of the traders, the technical chartists that I have the most respect for. Maybe due to the fact that his style and my style are very similar, but I find him incredibly good at what he does. And that's not because have had him on the show or anything. He's one of the first guys that I followed on Twitter, and I haven't regretted anything. So if he's saying that, I hope he's correct. To be honest, that would be amazing. So last thing but not least, I want to show you a fractal of. This is going to TradingView. This is from XKCAPP. So a fractal of Cameco basically from 2000 to 2004. This is 2020 into 2024. You can see the Vikov accumulation cylinder. Again, if this is the case, you can see that's where we are. Same thing as J. Hinister. If that is the case and we move higher here, it will be vertical, probably. Man, if this plays out, that would be, if Cameco does, like a 3-4x here, imagine what the juniors will do. I know uranium is very hated right now because it's pulling back. But again, if that is the case, people will come piling in very, very quickly. That is all, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and you had a great Monday. And again, if you like this stuff here, give me a like and all that standard stuff. Let's say, leave a comment if you have anything you want to add, you disagree, you agree. Let's have a discussion. That's why we're here. Guys, have a great Monday, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.